Good evening, everyone. My name is Sherry Cross, and I am here to give you some information on recognizing the early signs of dementia. My family knows about this illness firsthand because in July of 2011, my mother in law was diagnosed with a severe case of dementia. We actually watched this illness take a very strong, independent woman to a person that could not eat or feed herself. Within a year, my mother in law passed away. With this tragic event, it left us wondering, how could this actually happen? How could we not know the signs that there was a problem? The thing is, there were signs, but we did not recognize those signs. So that's where I am here today to try to educate you on dementia. It was actually recorded in the Lancet that in 2005, there were 24.3 million people that were diagnosed with dementia. It also stated that in 2040, 81.1 million people will be diagnosed with dementia. This is a very common illness, so I do believe that we as people have the responsibility of ensuring that our loved ones are taken care of and receive the best treatment possible to preserve their quality of life. So, what I'm going to discuss today is first, what is dementia? Second, how the benefits of recognizing the early signs of dementia can be benefited. And third, how can this affect us as family members? I am first going to start off with just giving you a little background of what is dementia. Dementia is actually a non-specific syndrome in which areas of the brain is affected. It does affect certain things as memory, your language, and the ability to make good judgments. Dementia is most commonly in elderly people, but it can also affect any adult at any age. So so a lot of times people are confuse this illness with being just senile, whereas that's not so. Because, like I said, it can affect an adult at any time. There are all types of forms of types of dementia. There's such illnesses as Alzheimer's disease, vascular dementia, Parkinson's and Parkinson's disease, and CJD, which is mad cow's disease. It's something that I really didn't realize. And what actually causes the dementia is basically, like I said before, it's dealing with the brain, but it's the nerve cells of the brain. And what causes the different illnesses is where the brain is damaged in certain areas. There are many signs of dementia that you can actually watch out for, especially if you have a loved one that's suffering from certain types of illness, such as Alzheimer's. There's memory loss, difficulty of performing familiar tasks, problems with languages, disorientation to time and place, poor or decreased judgment, misplacing things. That's one of the things that when my mother-in-law suffered before she was actually diagnosed, there was an incident, where she was misplacing things. She couldn't remember things. There was other things that happened where, um, you know, we didn't realize this, but she was actually thinking that she was talking with some of the people in the television. There was also one incident, and this would actually led to her diagnosis, where she was just making a normal trip to her daughter's home, something that she does on a daily basis, and she got lost. It took us up to 24 hours to actually find her, but that led to us discovering, that there was actually a problem. Some of the cases of dementia can be reversed if it, you know, to the point where you get that early medication. There are infections such as meningitis, encephalitis, and untreated syphilis that can be treated and can be reversed. Now, even though there's no cure for dementia, um, but it can also, if you get early detection, it can also help you to preserve the quality of life of your loved one. It can also slow down the progression of the symptoms. Can also buy you some time. If you know that, like I said, it's not a cure, that you're gonna eventually not be able to care for that person, and you would end up having to put them into a nursing home. This will give you time to prepare their financial and personal business. It also gives the family time to prepare themselves, because dementia is stressful mentally and physically. So, with this time, it does give the family members time to adjust and prepare themselves of what's actually going to take place. Well, I hope these things educated you about dementia, and I hope you learned something, so that way you can actually help your loved ones move smoothly through this process. But thank you for listening. You have a great evening.